You're this perp back with another video, and I just got done checking out the Mighty Ducks Game Changers Season 2, Episode 2, and this was a very, filler kind of episode, but definitely has some things that kind of move the plot forward. We do get a sense of where the story is going for this season, and it's pretty interesting. So, as our group is continuing to go to camp here, and you know what I'm saying, we get this episode kind of set up with characters being split off into different groups, because it's more of like individuals like competing against each other more than just being in a team. So what gets kind of broken down is they get these little, I guess, Fitbits that kind of track them and track their status and their movements, and the more activities and stuff like that they do, the more that they can get their name up higher and higher on this like player rank list. And I guess the top 20 is going to be playing Canada, so that's going to be pretty much the end game, I guess, for the season. And that's interesting. And this is where Evan is an interesting character, where he's really taking this more serious than anybody else here. And I'm going to have an interesting take with this episode, because there's some interesting things that they're doing with this show, and I can kind of see where this is going to start to lose some people as far as realism and them trying to just do something completely different. And what I mean by that is, you look at Alex's character, they're doing kind of the same thing with her character this season, just in a different type of environment. In the first season, she was all about like, kids should be kids, they should just have fun playing hockey. And it's kind of the same thing with her character in this episode. And it doesn't seem like she can understand that, like, no, like, kids definitely, if they want to get into the sports and things, you definitely got to kind of take it a little bit more serious. You know what I'm saying? And there are some things that are kind of extreme to an extent, but you're not, LeBron James didn't become LeBron James by just having just fun. That was a part of it, but you also have to put in the work to get your body in shape and get ready to be able to play in some type of professional capacity. You know what I'm saying? You can't just half-ass things. And this is I understand this is just meant for kids and stuff like that, but to have some realism into this, which they do kind of balance that out, and I want to see where they go with all of this, because I still like how they're developing these characters, and how a lot of these characters are kind of reflecting on if they even want to do this anymore. And it's like, I felt like we went over this, but maybe they have to get more into it. I don't know. It's a very interesting kind of discussion to have, or just something to think about. Because Nick is also a big focus of this episode, where it's not really fun for him anymore. He kind of wants to do his own thing. And the same thing goes for Sophie, where her heart's really not in it as, like, she's not really in it as much as Evan is. Evan's the only one there that really wants to take things serious. I do also like this little scene we have with Alex and Jace. Jace being Coach Cole's son, and he's really not into it anyway. So it's like, what are we even doing here? It's like, if none of y'all wanted to be here, then why did you even come on the bus? Y'all thought that this was going to be some type of like vacation? Like, that's why, like, it's hard to kind of side with Alex on this one, in this case, just because it's not realistic, really. I don't know. In my eyes, I could be wrong. Let me know how you guys feel about that. Like, are you more on the camp side, even though they do have some extreme things? Like, I see the man just literally throw out a perfectly good pizza. You could throw some veggies on that and stuff like that, or even got a white pizza. You know what I'm saying? But to throw out a perfectly good pizza is completely evil, and I can't accept that. That was blasphemous. I would have ate that pizza. That looked like a good pizza too. All right, enough with the pizza. Back to the story though. Yeah, that's just my biggest gripe. It just seems like they're kind of just repeating a lot of the same themes of the first season. And it's like, I'm trying to wrap my head around just the fact that nobody wants to really play hockey, or even wants to attempt to do just the workout stuff. Even though one of the instructors was really just off her rocker, talking about she saved her nephew by lifting a car up, and she was way too extreme. But still, it seems like nobody even wants to kind of improve, and that's what it should be about, is improving. Like, okay, we got to this place, we gotta earn our name to be the Ducks. Why are we sitting on our asses and just not really taking things serious? You know what I'm saying? And I get it, it's a kid's show. But I feel like that's a kind of a gripe for me. Overall, I thought it was a okay episode. Nothing too special. It moves things forward. Seeing Sophie and Evan kind of clash over the whole Nick running away, and Evan he's not really concerned about that, which he really shouldn't be concerned about it, honestly. If he wants to take it serious, he wants to focus on this, even though, yes, you could have said he could have stopped what he's doing right there and just make sure his friend's okay, because anything could have happened to Nick, and I guess that was the whole point. And, you know, I have issues with Alex's character and just the way that things are kind of going with certain things. I want to kind of get more into the hockey aspect of things. Like, let's get some people that actually want to play and actually want to improve on their skills. Let that be like the thing that kind of moves the story forward. Let's not go backwards saying like, oh, like, I understand that the message in this is, or at least Alex's message is, like, she wants to kind of make this more fun for the kids and wants it to be more acceptable and accessible and make it more open. But, you know, some people just ain't built for it. But I do think that the coach's kid is definitely going to end up joining the Ducks, because maybe something's going to have to push him to take it more serious, because I just don't understand the point of his character if he doesn't care about the sport at all and he's just there for a vacation pretty much. Then why is he even part of the story? Like, let's just get things together in that sense. Overall, okay episode. Let me know how you guys feel about this episode as a whole. Till next time, I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace.